Hey guys, I'm Anthony and welcome to my Life on Wheels. Today guys, I'm going to talk very briefly about my first two weekends at the flea market. I do apologize for not making a video after the first weekend, but things got a little away from me and next thing I know, I was on my way for a second time. Okay, so the first time I went to the flea market, I was very nervous. I got there and a lot of vendors had already set up on Friday, and there still was a lot of vendors setting up that morning. So I got there and I set my table up and everything, and it's like a waiting game the first 3 or 4 hours because no one's there like 8 o'clock in the morning when the flea market first opens. So at least the first 2 or 3 hours is kind of really slow, and you're just waiting for people to get to the flea market. Well, that particular day was very, very slow the entire day. It was such a big difference from the previous weekend when I did the walkthrough through all three flea markets, where this particular flea market, which was the third flea market that I went to, the Patapsco one on my video that I went to all three flea markets. And there was like a ton of people there that Saturday that I did that walkthrough. Very different the following weekend. So I sat there, and I got to talking to a lot of the surrounding vendors and everything, which was probably the most beneficial thing out of that entire day because when it came to sales of my candles, I sold one candle. Yep, one candle. I stood there and sat there for about 6.5 to 7 hours and I sold one candle. I wasn't really upset about it. I wasn't even discouraged about it because I'm not naive that, I'm going to go out there and sell a ton of candles my first time out. That would have been great, but let's keep it real here. This whole process of starting this candle business is going to take some time and patience. I realized that very quickly after this first visit and even more so after the second visit. Now, the second visit, I went to the first flea market that I did out of my three flea markets, which was the Joppa one. Now, I did a little better that whole entire weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. I did sell for me personally, I was like, okay, if I sell two candles, which is more than what I did the previous weekend, I would be happy. And I did that, and I sold 8 candles between the 2 days and everything. But this past weekend, I learned some things, or not a whole bunch of things, but I learned some things. One, I missed about 3 to 4 sales because I was not able to process a payment other than cash. I was operating on a cash only basis because I didn't have like a card reader or any of that kind of stuff. So I lost a few sales over the weekend because of that. I since corrected that problem. I applied for a Square card. Oh, look at my head look like it's got a little shine to it. I don't know what's happening there. But anyway, I applied for that Square card. I also applied for the Cash app. So this upcoming weekend, I should be in a better position and be able to accept payments other than cash. Moving forward from here, again, I was not discouraged at all for the second weekend because I did do better than I did the first weekend. So as long as I am progressing and doing a little better than the previous week, I'm okay with that. So moving forward, within the next week, my nephew is going to, actually this week, he's going to help me to put together my very own website that's, not on Etsy, because Etsy is kind of like, it could be like 20, 50 other candle sellers on there. So he's going to help me to create my very own website so that when I give out a business card, these people will be directed directly to my web page and not where other candle sellers is there as well. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully that will be done by the end of this week. There were some people that asked me did I have a business card, which I did not have. But on Sunday, I did put out a piece of paper and had a little sign said email notification and had people put their email address on there. And until I get my business card, I would just keep them updated through that way. And so I'm hoping to, by the end of the week, have two main things accomplished: my own website, as well as a different way of having people pay for the candles when I'm out. So I'm pretty good. I'm in a pretty good mood about the overall situation, and I feel like, I'm moving forward. And I know, once again, like I said, the two main things that I must have is time and patience when it comes to this new business, but I do have all of that, so I'm pretty good. Now, ending this video, I want to share something really, really exciting with you guys because I have some new additions to my candles, and I want to share a couple of them with you guys. Through the advice of a couple of co-workers and everything, they suggested that I start making some candles in jars as well as the tins and everything. So I took their advice and I started making some candles in 12-ounce jars, and I want to show you guys a few of them. So this one here is in this beautiful yellow gold, and this is my oak moss and amber. I must say I'm getting pretty darn good at making these candles. So this is really nice. It came out really good. And my candle smells really good. Ah, that smells so good. I also made this brown amaretto, which is a wink and a nod, I guess, to the drink. Came out really, really good and smooth. I like the black lids on here. I have my warning label on top. And this also smells just like amaretto. And the last one I'm going to show y'all is this beautiful purple vineyard. Again, it came out so good. And this too smells really well. I'm getting pretty good at it. Now, I have still had some little imperfections on the top of the candles though, but that's because of the type of wax. I mean, the type of wax you use does make all the difference in the world. I had the right kind of wax, and then for some reason, when I order wax or reorder wax, I go back into my order section and I just go ahead and like hit buy again. Well, since I had bought some not so good wax and then the good wax, I made a mistake the last time I bought wax and hit the not so good wax again, and lo and behold, I was so upset when that box came in the mail and I opened it up and it was the wax that was not so good. And now I have two big bags of the not so good wax, so I'm trying to learn how to make these candles with the not so good wax so that I don't have to waste these two big bags of wax, and making them as best I could until I get some more. I do have some of the good wax on its way. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Once again, I do apologize for not making a video after my first weekend, but I have now gone 2 weekends in a row, and I am no longer nervous, and I'm just ready and looking forward to moving forward with the business, getting that web page up, getting me some business cards out there, and start this online process. And just one more thing before I let you guys go, I did buy and order some cartons that I can mail these jars out because they look amazing. The closet where I have them stored at looks amazing because I have like 40 of them in there already, and then I still have a bunch of them from that I made previously. Alright guys, as usual, as always, thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.